So in the land of Wano, it's breaking down. Tension is really mounting, not only in the anime but also in the manga. And just like the previous episode, 928 was a well put together episode with extra tension, and you knew something bad was going to happen to Komurasaki. And I say that loosely because one of the things I know is, again, you have to certain details, like with Kirishiro especially, considering how he was in the previous episode, laughing like a maniac, but in here he was super serious. And there's one point when he steps in front of Orochi that kind of gets you thinking about something, especially the manga reader. But I love how this episode went down. By the end, we have some reinforcements in the form of Big Mom. So Robin's cornered by the Oniwabashu, and in the other side, you have Komurasaki in the mouth of Orochi. So it looks bad for Robin, but it comes Brook in ghost form, and he's like chasing members of the Oniwabashu. So he's chasing members. They cause the distraction. Probably my favorite part of the episode is like Robin going ham, using milk fluid to take out a couple of members of the Oniwabashu. Meanwhile, you got Nami and Shinobu looking down from above, and they really, Nami kind of saved the day. While this is going on, you have Komura literally being chewed to death. Although I have to question certain things here because, and I have to say, the Oniwabashu kind of make like a joke, especially when the kids like Brooke, like just chasing them away. I don't mind Robin taking care of things because it's a breath of fresh air. We don't usually get to see Robin in action, so I appreciate that when we get it. But them running away from Brooke in ghost form was like, whoa, okay. Also, where was Fukurakuju, by the way? And there's another member that got taken out, tried to like restrain Nami, same way they tried to restrain Robin a couple episodes ago.
Hanzo, who's manipulating the chains. Nami gets released easily by Shinobu, but the gag is he succumbs to the Sanji treatment because obviously there's a past. Obviously, Shinobu was a former member of the Oniwabanshu because she was known as the man killer or the seducer of men. Trying to compare what Shinobu used to look like, which we do get a glimpse of, to what she is now, and that's what brings him down. But she's trying to make it seem like it's a paralysis jutsu, like it's a gag. Nami calls that out right away. It's like, oh, you're making that part up. So I like that moment, even though it led to him actually jumping down and helping things out.
But then they kind of fall down anyway, causing the distraction from Orochi. And then before things get any worse, like about to attack Komurasaki again, who's literally just been bitten to death. But then it comes, like I said, certain things you have to pay attention to, like Kirishiro standing in front of Orochi, preventing Orochi from killing Komurasaki. And it appears like there's going to be a conflict because like everybody else is looking on. It's in Orochi's way because he wants to be the one to execute Komurasaki himself because, as he said, going against the Shogun is taboo. You can't do that, so you have to be punished. And so Kirishiro being the one to do it. And there's a moment of tension there. It looks like he's about to face Orochi, but then he turns around and focuses on Komurasaki. So you shouldn't have done that. So now you would know what happens. But look at, again, notice Komurasaki not backing down. It's like, yes, I'm ready. They do draw out the moment a little bit too long, but it was the moment that counts. So Kirishiro just uses a sword to slash through Komurasaki, quote unquote, killing her. And I say that because think about the plan that Komurasaki had. Like, her goal was to gather money to calm people just so she can get an audience, get to close to Orochi. Now, why is that? Because if that's the plan, like just to get to the banquet, to get to Orochi, then that plan backfired mighty fast. So number two I question is, Orochi gets pissed because he's like complaining to Kirishiro that why did you kill Komurasaki? He's actually to a point where he's tearing up. The Straw Hats looking on, they're like horrified by this. But it doesn't make any sense because Orochi is like, I'm going to kill you, Komurasaki. But here, he's like tearing up the fact that Kirishiro's the one that killed Komurasaki. So, did you not want Komurasaki to die, or was you just talking shit in the previous episode? So, that part, I still got confused in the manga. The why. Everybody else, like, they were labeling Komurasaki as a traitor, or you had some of the members of the Geisha, like, saying, oh, Robin's an intruder. Like, Yeah, because I haven't seen her before, so she gets caught out. So they're gonna have to rendezvous elsewhere after this. Because of Toko, Orochi immediately tries to target Toko and Robin. Nami uses Zeus to get the hell out of there, and Shinobu gets Robin and themselves out of there by using a kite. So that was pretty cool. So they avoid catastrophe, but now one has to wonder. I did mention this in the previous review. I did like how the tone of the voice actor for Komurasaki shifted when she gave that speech about being a daughter of a samurai. I will not back down when I know I'm right. That was an epic speech because the voice acting was so, the tone changed quickly, and I actually found out she's the same voice actor that voices Hinata from Naruto, which even then surprised me because I don't think Hinata's voice ever reached that tone, the soft tone, right? She's kind of meek and shy at times. You can tell that in the voice acting. But here, you would never have guessed because that didn't resemble Hinata's voice at all with Komurasaki. So that was kind of like surprising to me. Either way, like I said, I think it's a great choice for Komurasaki. I do have to ask the question: do you honestly think Komurasaki is dead? Because just hands up, anime only, they're gonna be kind of like distraught, like what the fuck is going on here? But yeah, it is suspect certain things. Like basically, we go to Udon prison, and Luffy is like casually like just smashing rocks. He's being thanked by Hyogoro for winning the ticket so he can get some food. Doesn't look like it's going to work out for him. Judging from the preview, it looks like he's going to get some torture treatment, and probably Luffy's going to have to step in. Speaking of which, we actually find out that Kid is actually busted out of prison. He got out of Udon prison, which makes sense because when the last time we saw Luffy, he was asking Kid for food, and he didn't reply. So he must have gave the slip then. And that's a problem. But he's still in the Kurosaki handcuffs because you can't activate his devil fruit if that's the case. But Kid running around on Wano is not good, especially when you have Big Mom with the memory loss. We know Kid has it in for Big Mom because remember, he retreated when he was confronted on Hoki Island. He ran away, other than Kid revealing that Shanks was the one that took Kid's arm, but Big Mom's the one that made him retreat from Hoki Island. So he's also got an axe to grind with her. Leads me into the end of the episode. We have Chopper and Otama and Okiku and Momonosuke. Olin is being fed by Osuru with red bean soup, which is pretty cool, which I think is reference to what happened with Otama, when she was given food for the first time. So that was pretty cool. And Chopper just freaking out. Like, is it going to be really that bad if Big Mom regains her memory? Yeah, we'll be killed instantly, which I don't blame him for being scared, but at the same time, it's like, if it wasn't for Otama, where would the story have gone? Because, and this is something we did not know, and this is things that I really appreciate when it comes to the anime. It expands more on certain situations that we don't know in the manga. So apparently, it was Otama that encouraged the plan to have Big Mom join up with rescue Luffy from Udon prison, but have Big Mom with them to help them out. So we did not know that. It makes sense because obviously the reason why Luffy's in this situation in the first place is because of Tama being attacked. So her turn to repay her debt to Luffy. And what I don't understand is, like, I get Chopper's like, he's very hesitant about the situation, but I'm like, this is an opportunity to save your captain here, and you're not really give it some thought here. Shout out to the kids because they did not back down, even though she's a Yonko. So no, this is our one chance. We better take it. So Chopper finally agrees. He tries to try and convince. He's too intimidated by her, and it's like, especially when she's like, "Oh, I'm still hungry." So we know she has no problem eating people or animals. Otama once again and Momonosuke, and they pretty much lay down the law. It's like, we'll go to Udon to help out Luffy. She doesn't remember who Luffy is, so now we're safer now. And now it's crystal clear why her memory loss is here. It's to get Big Mom to a certain plot point so she can get Luffy out of prison, and this could potentially lead to an alliance on Wano against Kaido. So Big Mom is coming for that Udon prison and coming for that red bean paste because Chopper points that out. There's more Udon prison, and I like the internal monologue, it's struggling, he's going on, it's like, oh, I lied before I knew it, because if it turns out there's not going to be any, if it turns out there's none, then we're all dead, because we know what happens when people like the Big Mom, when it comes to food, with the udon, and it looks like we have a, you remember the Beast Pirates is torturing Hyogoro. I expect Luffy to do something about that, so we'll find that out. All in all, for the entertaining episode, so gonna do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You guys know the drill. Rate the video, comment down below your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later. That's guys. Bye.